ko mol min yalon ko lebe yimma fongla ba ko te layout A street kata hari Evans street sitano e ni gamtel se kacha katabake pour minu lafta ka telefono dundi ini se kacha no telefono to 121 ila marketing bundala tel ko be nyin kankula la
Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you for watching us this afternoon. We want to announce a slight change in our program for today. First, the first 10 minutes we'll be talking to the organizers of this year Banjul Hash House Harriers, who would be doing a charitable run this year for the benefit of the RVH. We also will be showing the match between Liberia and Gambia. That is the second match which took place on Monday, and the regular live program will be on from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So we crave on your indulgence to be patient with us and to get your questions ready for our team of panelists who will be here this afternoon to talk about Amilcar Cabral Zone 2 and also Operation Cabral 97. That is, if you haven't yet donated to this worthwhile cause, we would ask you to start searching and get those dalasis and bututs out, because the month is now and the date is on the 28th of November to the 7th of December. Fortunately also, the 7th of December is the time when we will be seeing the Hash House Harriers run, and this run will be, as I've said earlier on, in favor of the RVH. Here to talk about that run and what Hash House Harriers, it's a mouthful, please excuse me, will have been doing in the Gambia for the past 10 years. With me this afternoon is Davna Blix on my right, and on my left is Terry Farnham. Welcome to this program.
Thank you, Mr. Joyner.
May I first of all start with Davna Blix. You've been here in the Gambia since when?
Personally?
Yeah.
About 18 months. 18
months.
Yeah.
And how do you see the Gambia this 18 months?
It's changed a lot in all ways, but it's a great place to live. I've really enjoyed my time here. Yeah.
And Terry?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Joyner. I moved over here from Ivory Coast, and we've been here 2 years now, my wife and I, and it's really a great change. The people are very friendly, and you can see the development that's been happening these past 2 years, and of course the weather is starting to become cooler.
Now, talking about Hash House Harriers, what can you tell the general viewers about the aims and objectives of Hash House Harriers?
Thank you. The Hash House Harriers is an international group. It's comprised in 1,600 chapters throughout the world. Here in the Gambia, the Hash House Harriers has been going some 17 years now. One of the goals of the Hash House Harriers, particularly as it pertains to this program today, is we've organized a charitable run, and it's called the Gambia Run for Health 1997, and it'll be held on December 7th. And the whole goal of the organization is to get as many of the runners, particularly Gambian, out on December the 7th, because by doing so and by getting donations and signing up, we can all raise money for post-surgical medical equipment at the Royal Victoria Hospital. We've asked some of the doctors there to prioritize what kind of medical equipment is necessary for the post-surgical ward that has just been completed there, because by purchasing this equipment, it can reach the greater part of the Gambians, particularly in the greater Banjul area. So that's the goal. It's a self-help group, but we consider the group to be everybody, all Gambians and everyone in this neighborhood.
Now, Davna, he has just given us what 97 is for. For the time that you've been here and your association with the Hash House Harriers, what could you say about their goals and objectives? Is it something that the general public should be well informed about, so they would know what Hash House Harriers is all about?
Yeah, I think so, and I think our profile is being raised all the time, because we run every Monday night, and people are, when we run through local areas, and local people are recognizing us now, a bunch of crazy two-babs, not just two-babs, but running through their neighborhoods. And we've got an increasing number of Gambian people joining us, which is what we want. And for this run on the 7th of December, as Terry said, it's for everyone. Okay, the Hash is starting it off, but it's not just our run. It's for everyone.
And you just touched on something that I was going to ask. Is this an exclusively expatriate club, or is it Gambians welcome to join?
It's not exclusively expatriate at all. We really want everyone to join us. We want local people. To date, we've had mainly expats, but there are a lot of local people running with us now as well.
Now, looking at the write-up that I have in front of me, Terry, what distances are you looking at for this run?
Yes, Remy, thank you. Recognizing that people are in different levels of fitness, for myself, I would have a hard time running 10 kilometers. We have two race distances on the 7th of December. We have 10 kilometers, or 6.2 miles, and we have 5 kilometers, 3.1 miles. Now, on the 10-kilometer race, everyone who finishes that race, irrespective of how they place, will receive a very nice quality medallion. And the top 3 finishers, men, and the top 3 finishers, women, will receive a very nice trophies that have been ordered. Now, these have been sponsored through OSA Motors and Land Rover UK, and so that's why we're able to provide these prizes.
And the ladies, do they have special trophies for ladies finishing first?
Of course. It was the lady who organized the trophies for everyone, so the ladies who run will get the nicest trophies.
Are they also going to run 5 kilometers?
Yeah. The trophies are just for the people who run 10 kilometers.
Okay.
So the first 3 gentlemen, the first 3 ladies who finish will receive the trophies. The people who run 5 kilometers will get a very nice certificate.
Now, could we see the medals on the screen for the viewers to see the type of medals that would be given out for the first 3 winners, or is it everybody who runs will get a medal?
Everybody who runs a 10-kilometer will receive a high-quality medal, very similar to this, Remy. This is from the run that was held 10 years ago.
Okay. And how do one register?
Davna, would you care to talk about that?
Okay. You can register from Thursday the 6th of November until just before the race on the 7th of December at the gates at MRC on Atlantic Road. There will be a gate set, or a table set up at the gate there, and you go, you pick up a sponsorship form. Remember to bring some ID, because we want to try and keep a record of who has taken a sponsorship form. You take your sponsorship form, you then come back just before, on the day of the race, to register properly and to get your run number.
And the thing is, you have to come up with a $50 is minimum.
Yeah.
To register as a runner for that event.
That's right.
And may I just take this opportunity to remind viewers that this run is on the morning of the finals of the Amilcar Cabral Zone 2, that is on the 7th of December 1997. Just before we wrap up this interview with Davna and Terry, this is not the first time that you have done this run for the RVH.
No, sir. This run was first held 10 years ago, and it was on the same format. The run is being held both here in Banjul and in Farafenni simultaneously. And 10 years ago, because mainly of the efforts of the Gambian population at large, the run raised 120,000 dalasis. Now that money at that time went to RVH Hospital to buy an electrocardiograph machine and other medical instruments. So we have high hopes that with the generosity of the community as individuals and businesses, that this year, what we are calling the run of the decade, 10 years later, that we can even exceed this target.
And what are your last words for viewers, Davna?
The Gambia Run for Health is for everyone. Everyone is eligible to take part. Be better if you did a little bit of training first. But the aim is to enjoy yourselves and to make the people in the Gambia, help the people in the Gambia. Yeah.
So, in other words, this run is for the benefit of the Gambian citizens at large by providing medical, post-surgical medical equipment for the RVH.
That is right, and it's Gambians helping Gambians. And we just got it started, but for it to be a success, it depends on the local community. And we will bring information on the radio stations as you need it.
Now, please, earlier on, Davna spoke about picking up a sponsorship form, and this is what you will see at the MRC gate, and please watch for the posters. The posters will be something similar to this, or exactly this, and at the far bottom right, there is a form where the sponsors would enter their name and the kilometers that you will be running, and you will have to submit that at the MRC gate just before the run.
Yes,
or
sir.
After the run.
No, before the run on sign-up day, we even hope to have 3 locations. We hope to we'll do it at MRC, we'll do it near the Arch, and we'll do it near Westfield Clinic. And that way, it's easier for people to sign up.
Thank you, Davna and Terry, for coming to this show. And please, viewers, watch out for them. They'll be coming to you to sponsor them. And is Gambians helping Gambians?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And please take that, Gambians helping Gambians. Don't shy away from them coming to you for sponsorship. Please sponsor them, because it's of vital importance for the RVH to have such an equipment after surgery. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Now we're going to show you the second match between Gambia and Liberia, that is the Scorpions and the Lone Stars. Please stay put, glue yourself to the TV, and also hang on to your phones, because we'll be taking phone calls during the program from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and the number to call is 373-910. 373-910. We want to make this change, and so that for the benefit of our viewers to see the Scorpions at play and the different teams that played, so that we will have a feel of what is to come 28 November, the beginning of the America Cabral Zone 2 tournament. See you later at 2 o'clock.
I'm loving town.
Tonight, Banjul North wins in zonal basketball tournament in Banjul. Visiting Senegalese Veterans Football Club arrives this weekend. Great Alliance wins Brufut Knockout Trophy and much more, including the internationals, tonight. Stay tuned. We start though with basketball. The Gambia Basketball Federation last weekend organized the Banjul House Harriers group, a charity-run group in the Gambia. Well, next month organized a run, a special run for that matter. The so-called Gambia Run for Health 1997 will be organized from the 7th December onwards. Well, I have with me members of the BHH, that's the name of the organization, Mr. Terry Farnham and Davna Blix. Terry, if I begin by asking you, how did the BHH, that is your group, conceive the idea for Run for the Gambia, or Run for Gambia Health 1997?
Thank you, Lamine. We got the idea because the same group tried a Run for Health 10 years ago in 1987. And the purpose of that was to raise money, and it raised $120,000. This money was used to buy an electrocardiograph and other medical equipment for RVH. So we thought, let's try it again and see if we could top that amount of money, if all the Gambians can help us.
Now I turn to Davna Blix. What format will the run take?
There are two run distances. You have a 10-kilometer run and a 5-kilometer run. Both runs, they start together just outside MRC gates on Atlantic Road, and you do a circuit of Bacau. So it starts and finishes at MRC.
And is it open to all sexes or not?
Yes, it's open to both male, female, children, the elderly. Whoever wants to help raise as much money as possible to buy equipment for the Royal Victoria Hospital should come out and run on the 7th of December and start at MRC.
Mr. Farnham, if I want to join, what do I do?
That's a good question, too. It requires $50 sponsorship to join. And at this particular time, from the hours of 2 in the afternoon to 6 in the afternoon, every day except Friday, at the front gate of MRC, one can go there with proper identification, pick up a sponsorship form, and then can go out and find sponsors that will help come up with that money, minimum $50 to run. Now, right before the race, we will also have sign-ups at Arch 22 and near the Westfield Clinic, near Westfield Junction. And those will also be from 2 until 6. And even on race day, people can pick up their numbers.
Yeah, I bring you back to the run day. When did you say the run will end and when will it end?
The run itself will start at 10 o'clock sharp. So we hope that people can come at 9:30 or even a little earlier to make sure they have their race numbers.
That's on December the 7th.
December the 7th. That's Sunday, December the 7th. It's interesting that this is the same day as the Zone 2 finals, but we look at it as a Gambia sports day because the people can do the 10-kilometer run, get their very nice medallions as they finish, and wear those later on to the Zone 2 matches, perhaps.
Absolutely. I also heard that you'll have another part of the run to be staged in the provinces.
Yes. We are having a 10 and 5-kilometer run at the same time to be done in Farafeni, and the monies raised up there will go to buying equipment at the Farafeni Health Center.
Now, what do I gain if I run? For example, I come out among the first 3 winners, because I understand there'll be prizes for the first 3. What do I gain? What are my prizes, for example?
Well, for the first 3 women and the first 3 men, there are very handsome trophies that we hope to show on another program. Now, all finishers in the 10-kilometer run will receive a very handsome medallion with a ribbon around it, and all finishers in the 5-kilometer run receive a very nice certificate with their name on
it. Coming to Davna Blix, if I may ask you, what sort of atmosphere do you expect for the run itself?
We hope it's going to be a fun atmosphere. We want as many people as possible. The last time, in 1987, there were almost 700 runners. We would hope that we could get as many people this time, and obviously with that number of people it's going to be a good atmosphere. We want enthusiasm, we just want people to have a good time and at the same time raise money. And it's very fortunate that one of our main sponsors is Land Rover UK and Osa Motors, and they're providing all the trophies, the medals, the run numbers for that day, which I hope will make it a success and encourage as many people to come as possible.
Yeah, and finally, you said money raised would be used to buy post-surgical materials. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Sure. Royal Victoria Hospital has a post-surgical facility that's just been built. However, they don't have all the necessary medical equipment. This is a facility where people after surgery can be monitored to make sure everything is okay so they could get on with their normal day-to-day life. We, being laymen, have asked senior doctors at RVH to come up with a priority list of equipment that would be nice and usable to have at Royal Victoria Hospital in this post-surgical ward. We are going to go out based on their list and buy whatever equipment we can buy to make this a big success.
Well, I thank you, Davna Blix and Terry Fanham, both from the Banjul House Harriers, for talking to us in Midweek Sports.
Thank you, Levine. Gambia helping Gambians.
Thank you. A Senegalese veterans football club, Magite, will arrive in Banjul this weekend for two friendly matches.
Nation. Klaus says that for now he'll remain head.
From the Banjul House Harriers, if you could remember a couple of weeks ago, they were here to talk about this eventful day that will be taking place next Sunday, just before the finals of the Zone 2. This afternoon's program is in two parts, and the first part is with the House Harriers. It's a mouthful, please excuse me for that. And the second part will be with the usual panel on the Zone 2, which we will be talking more about your support and to tell you how much the boys do appreciate you coming out there in full force on Friday. Welcome, Donna and Terry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Remy.
Now, the last time you were here, you talked about this big event that should take place next Sunday.
Yep, that's right.
And so far, so good, I assume. What has been the reaction of your people? Terry.
Yeah, Remy, thank you for having us on the program again. This really gets the word out, and since we were on your program, we got a lot of good reaction. We've had sponsors helping us sign people up, and we hope to have 400 or 500 runners at 10 o'clock next Sunday morning at MRC.
And Donna, the goal is a very lofty one. And I guess the purpose is what matters. What is the purpose?
Yeah, we're trying to buy medical equipment for the Royal Victoria Hospital's new post-surgical medical facility. That as well is quite a mouthful. The last time we bought an electrocardiograph 10 years ago, and this time we've asked the doctors there to make a list of the stuff that they think is most urgently needed.
And what figure are you looking at?
Well, we're keeping our fingers crossed for about 200,000 Lassie.
And everything seems to be going your way, I guess.
Yes, touch wood, everything to date is, it's all coming together.
Now tell me, Terry, with regards to the runners, you have groups, you have grouped them into first male to cut the tape and first female to cut the tape. In what categories of distances are we looking at?
Remy, we have two categories. We have a 10-kilometer run and a 5-kilometer run. And the runs start and finish at the outpatient car park, at the outpatient clinic within MRC. Now, for the first 3 men and first 3 women, there are some trophies, and here are examples. We didn't even bring the big trophies. These are the second-place trophies, the trophy for the man and the trophy for the woman. And for all finishers in the 10-kilometer run, there's a nice medallion. Davna has one around her neck there. Very nice. And for all finishers in the 5-kilometer event, we have a very nice certificate suitable for framing. Then afterwards, we have refreshments. Our friends at Jewel Brew have provided soft drinks. So for only $2 apiece, all registered runners could get several soft drinks and relax in the shade while the VIPs give out these very nice trophies.
Now, you talked about VIPs. Whom are you expecting? Are you looking forward to the Vice President, who is also the SOS for Health, to be present?
We've sent out invitations. We're still waiting to receive replies yet, but we are aiming high.
I talked to the permanent secretary, and he has assured me that he'll be contacting me this week. The permanent secretary at the Vice President's office. They're very enthusiastic about this, I may say. And
this is not a closed run for expatriates only?
No, no, quite the contrary. This is Gambians helping Gambians to raise money for RVH. We really hope that they're going to be out here, all the Gambian runners, because those are the good runners in this country. We want everyone to come who can get a sponsorship of $50 because they can count on that money going to the buying of the medical equipment.
Can I
yes,
just say,
yes.
As well as that, we want runners to come, of course, and people who are good runners, but it's not just for people to run. You can come and walk as slowly as you want. You still get a medal if you walk 10 kilometers. You still get a certificate if you walk 5 kilometers. It's not important who wins or how quickly you do it. The important thing is taking part.
And making sure that those who are sponsoring you have sponsored for a good cause.
That's right. That's right.
Now, you have some commemorative T-shirts that are for sale. What are they going for?
The commemorative T-shirts have been sponsored by several companies or groups. OT Africa Lines have sponsored 100 T-shirts. The Tuesday Group have sponsored 100 T-shirts. Screen Limited have sponsored T-shirts as well. And we're selling those for $50 on the day. You can buy them beforehand if you want, but we will have them for sale on the day. And this is an example.
Very cute indeed.
Thank you very much.
Now, I could see from what you have just stated out here, everybody should come out and run or work. I guess that's a fine way to say to the viewers, please be part of this sponsorship for the RVH and come out, give your $50 and make sure you're definitely being assured that it's going for a good cause. And Donna, what last words would you have to say for people, for your viewers?
Well, I'd just like to update them on the registration for the race, if that's okay. To date, you can get a sponsorship form outside MRC between 10 o'clock and 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. every day except Friday. But to actually register for the race, pick up your run number and pay your money, you do this at MRC Gate between 2 and 6 on next Friday, the 5th, and as well as that, on Saturday the 6th, between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock at MRC Gate, Arch 22 and Westfield Clinic.
And the run numbers are something similar like what we have in front of the trophies?
Yes, and we were very optimistic. We have 1,100 run numbers, and it would be fantastic if we could give all of them out. And as you can see, they're sponsored by the same people who sponsored the trophies and the medals, OSA Motors and their bosses, Land Rover UK.
Rovers, UK.
Yeah.
And Terry, what last words do you have?
The last words, Remy, is that on behalf of the Banjul Hash House Harriers, we want to thank you, Gambia TV, and we want to thank all of the people who are helping, be they corporate sponsors or NGOs, but more importantly, the Gambian people, because after all, this is Gambians helping Gambians.
Thank you very much, viewers. That's the latest you have had on the Banjul Hash House Harriers Run for Health, which is going to take place next Sunday at the MRC Gate. With that now, viewers, we give you the goals of the match between the Gambia and Cape Verde.